Hey guys, this is Dave Marshall here, and along with Representative Walt Blackman, we wanted to welcome you to our first session of America First Brothers. You know, there's that stigma going around that blacks cannot be conservative, blacks cannot be Republicans. But guess what? You've just met two of these blacks that are conservatives, and we are America First. We want to welcome you to this show. This show is going to go on. It's going to be a weekly production. It's going to be talking about we're going to be talking about national interests. We're going to be talking about things within our own state.
Oh, hold on. We got to get our ID cards first.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But we don't know how to get ID cards.
Yeah. How do you get on the internet, you guys? We're kind of confused. We're lost. So maybe Walt can explain to me how we get on the internet and get our ID cards.
Well, we got to ask AOC first.
AOC?
Well, no, AOC, then the liberals, because they're going to teach all black people how to get on the internet to vote.
Wow. I thought we were being replaced by the illegals coming across the border.
We forgot about that.
Oh, man. Anyway, Walt, take it away, brother.
So, as you've met my good brother right here, Dave Marshall, and me, Walt Blackman, Dave is actually running. He's going to be your legislative representative, representing Legislative District 6, conservative, veteran, police officer, pastor, father, husband. Good, just, we're going to have a lot of fun on this show, but just really, and just this little bit of seriousness, this is a very good man, and very good. He's a very good man, and I don't typically say that to him. I say that about him. So if you see him on the road, in the street or something like that, don't say nothing to him.
Well, also on that, don't say nothing. Who whispers in the mic? Oh, I'm sorry, Joe.
Wait, you got to identify us though, because people get us confused. Because
all right,
liberals think all black folks look alike.
When I'm out in public and I'm speaking, people always come up to me and go, "Hey, Walt, how are you doing?" I have to remind them that I am caramel, look, and Walt is mocha.
Mocha.
Okay? Now you know the difference. So when you see me in public, it's Dave Marshall. When you see Walt in public, it's Mocha Blackman.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and change my name, Dave. I mean, what's the big deal? So I'm excited about this because we are going to actually cut through the narrative that the left always puts out about black, brown, and just our country, and just in general. We're going to be talking about the issues around the state, around the country. We're going to be talking just a tiny bit about the mask mandate today. But Dave, we got our guy over here, and Mark Levin he always says Mr. Producer. We can't do that because that's his deal. So we got to find a name for Mr. Beard.
Mr. Beard. There we go.
Mr. Beard. You think so?
Yes. Marcus Marshall is behind the recording here. And now he is known as Mr. Beard.
Mr. Beard. Do you think we got to come up with a cool name?
No, Mr. Beard's good.
Mr. Beard.
We're going to give you a shot of him too, so you'll know why we call him Mr. Beard.
All you got to do is look at his dad and then just kind of like subtract like 20, 30, maybe 40 years. Imagine an afro, beard with nothing, no gray in it. That might, just, did I say something wrong? I can't get out the corner.
No, but Walt was also talking about, we want to discuss. We're also going to be talking about our constitutional rights. We're going to be talking about the Second Amendment. We're going to be talking about, the pro-life movement, saving the unborn. There's so many things that we want to cover, so many things that we think would be of interest to you, but we also would like to hear from you. There's going to be times where we're going to have open lines too to hear from you so that we can have a dialect as well.
Yeah.
But again, we love our country. We love our state. And we just pray that more conservatives will rise up and be a voice in our country and our communities and not hide in the shadows any longer. Become advocates and let the government know we will stand for this no more. We will not.
Let's talk about the mask mandate because, as you know, the left has said that they are going to maybe start to do some of these mandates.
Yeah.
And so Biden has said something about that the other day. about the mandate. So what do you think America should do about that at first?
What do I think they should do? I don't think you should put a mask on.
What?
Shouldn't wear a mask. If you don't feel that you need a mask, why wear a mask? The problem and the issues that I have, if many people have received this vaccine, and they said, once you get the vaccine, you don't need a mask. Now they're telling you need a mask. What we've done over this past year is that we have surrendered our right to a totalitarian government. We have told them that whatever you say, boss, we will do. And we need to say no more. We need to stand up for the Constitution. We have freedoms in this country that are being stripped away from us, and a lot of us are blind or tone deaf to it. We can't allow this any longer, because the more that we give, the more that they're going to want to take.
The problem is that it's going to, they keep saying, they keep talking about Jim Crow. If you know anything about Jim Crow, it came along during when the black codes came out, and we know about the black codes, and they're Biden and his rhetoric, they're saying, oh, it's Jim Crow 2.0, whatever that is. Let me put this in your ear. Just think about this. Now, they are pushing the shot on people, and they are mandating, some schools and students have them. You have some restaurants and other facilities that are starting to ask you for a card, a COVID-19 card. So here's the deal. Jim Crow 2.0 is going to be COVID vaccinated people can only drink from this water deal, or use this bathroom, and then if you haven't been vaccinated, you get the crappy one. I'm thinking that's the way they're going to go, because the Democrats have a history of doing that. And all we got to do is look at their history, in the country.
Well, where did Jim Crow start?
Democrats.
Democrat Party. And now they're trying to push their Jim Crow 2.0 on the Republican Party, because we decide that enough is enough, and we're going to stand up against the tyranny of this government. Now, you look at vaccines, you look at this card issue, like Walt just said, there's restaurants, there's places that are saying that you can't come in unless you're vaccinated. I want to take you back to the 30s and 40s when Germany, when Hitler, he did the same exact thing. You had to have an ID card to move around in the country. You had to, you work for the government, and the government would pay you the money. What we're doing is reliving history, but we're in the most powerful and freest nation in the world, but we don't look that way anymore. And that's why it's time that we just tell them, no, we're not going to take the vaccine unless you feel like you want to take it. That's your choice, but don't force it on the populace. And there's federal laws that protects us from this. So we need to say no more.
So yesterday, the Biden administration came out with a new mandate for folks coming from overseas to the United States.
Yes.
And that mandate says that they have to have proof that they've taken the Biden shot. I call it the Biden shot now.
Okay.
The Biden shot. Okay, and they have a card. But the southern border, they don't need any ID to get in. And they're not tested. So I just want to know about that. How does that work? I mean, because I'm just, I don't know. 6,000 people coming in every single day, unchecked, untested. But then you got somebody coming in from Europe, you need an ID card.
Yeah.
But don't worry about it in the South at the border. I mean, how do you do that? And how do you send that narrative to a country and not expect them to question that?
Yeah.
That'd be like me saying, can I use your car or your truck, and never coming back, I guess. I don't know. What?
But you're right, though. We got, hundreds of thousands of illegals coming across the border.
6,000 a day.
We don't know who they are.
Yep.
There's no documentation. There's no medical records. They're not expected actually to take the COVID test, but they're bussed and they're flown throughout the United States, and they're wondering why COVID has increased in our country.
Exactly.
And now they're saying so much of this hospitalization. There's a report that came out on the news the other day, look it up, that said that 70% of the people that have COVID in hospitals are those who took the vaccine.
Yeah. Oh, and this is another fun fact that I want to tell you. Now, statistically, Black Americans have not a lot of Black Americans have taken the COVID shot. So when we're talking data and numbers, Black Americans are at the kind of lower spectrum.
Yes.
Okay. Now when they start doing the ID card, and there are not a lot of Black folks who have taken the shot, is that going to be another Jim Crow deal or a black code? I'm just wondering because they're going to. Dave, you and I have been around. I'm 22 and you're 52, and
I look good.
you look good for 52. No, I mean we're around the same age. I mean we've been around, we've seen it. How is it going to be where the Black population is lower on that spectrum? Are they going to start saying that, well, you don't have a card, you can't go to this restaurant, you can't get on this bus, you can't work at this job? Because he's already doing it at the federal level.
Yes, he is.
So how does that work? And how is that going to look?
Well, think about this knock and talk. Oh, they're going to send out people from the administration to knock on doors. What communities do you think they're going to first?
The brothers.
They're going.
Hey, maybe we can invite them here.
Yeah, well, there's like three of us here.
There's three Black people here. We all learn how to use the internet.
It's Walt, Dave, and Mr. Beard.
Mr. Beard.
We're all here.
Mr. Beard, do you like that? Do you like that nickname? Or we're gonna give you a week to think of your own. Okay, but if it's not good, we pick it. All right.
But again, you think about this. They're going to hit the minority communities hard. It's the same thing you see with Planned Parenthood. I know I'm going on different topics.
No, that's good though, because that's what this is about.
But again, Planned Parenthood are more situated in lower minority communities. So it would lead you to believe that, since the Blacks really aren't getting this vaccine, let's go hit those communities first.
They're going to do that. They will do that.
They definitely will.
They're going to do that.
They will go to the inner cities, and they will go, and I wish that people would do their research on this vaccine. I wish people would listen to every other news medias instead of the mainstream media, because the mainstream media are nothing but dogs for this administration.
Ooh, you went there, didn't you?
I had to. I had to.
First show.
I'm sorry.
You already went. Mr. Beard, how long we been on? 12 minutes.
Oh, dang.
We should be called the angry Black men. I'm just saying. I mean, but what you say is true. It's true. But the left's going to come on and say something completely different. They're going to hit Black neighborhoods first with this, and they're going to say, "Well, you don't have a COVID card because you didn't take a shot." And while you are taking that shot, and I'm trying to give you your rights, how about you go ahead and vote Democrat because we care about you? Yeah.
Did you hear what else on the border too? They've offered the vaccine on the border to the illegals coming across, and they're refusing it.
But they still get to come in.
They still get to come in though. They're refusing the vaccine. They're coming in. But you know what? It's going to be forced on the American people. They need to remember who they work for. They work for the American people. We don't work for the government. It's we the people, not we the government.
But they think they own the Black population and the brown population because they expect for us to vote the same way every year.
They do, but you know what? I think they're getting scared because Blacks are leaving the Democratic Party.
At an alarming
so now
rate.
They're allowing the illegals, hoping that if we allow millions of illegals across the border, that they will be a voting base for them.
Yeah, and that's the truth. Nobody's going to see, we're unfiltered in here, as you can already see. But that's the truth. That's why everybody knows that. Stevie Wonder can see that, and he's blind. You know what I'm saying? They are letting these folks across the border, and it has something to do with H.R. 1 too. Yes. H.R. 1 federalizes the elections, federalizes registration, is automatic registration once these folks get on the systems, the social systems in our country. And next thing we know, we've got a whole list of new people on our voting rolls that are not citizens. Yeah. And that's what they are counting on. Because what you said, Black Americans are starting to leave the party.
Yes, they are.
The Democrat Party in an alarming rate. And then those ones that don't leave are questioning. are questioning. So this is we're kind of going all over the place today, but on our next show, we're going to be detailed. We're going to have our script down because this is just our first show. But I want you to think about this, and I've talked to you about this a lot when you kind of mentioned the abortion deal. My question, if you are a Black American and you belong to the Democrat Party, you are supporting a party that is committing genocide every single day with their abortions. So upwards to 1,100 Black babies are aborted every single day. As you said, there are more Planned Parenthood in Black neighborhoods than there are anywhere else. Anywhere else. So today, the population, when we're talking percentage, should be 16% of a Black population. It's 13%. And that is because of Roe v. Wade in 1973. Now, I'll ask you this. If you support genocide against your own people, then I guess you just do what you do. But if you don't support genocide, you don't support late-term abortion, and I'm not going off their other crazy stuff. I'm just thinking about something basic, life. Why are you still voting Democrat? We're waiting for you to answer.
Yeah, we're waiting. I was just looking at the camera, waiting for you to answer.
Yeah, because the camera's got a black screen.
And Walt has it. He made a awesome point. Why does not all Blacks, but why do the Black people feel that they have to be part of the Democratic Party, a party that has no problem with killing babies? Now, I'm not gonna use a wide brushstroke on this because there's Democrats that don't agree with the abortion.
Yeah.
But they still vote party line because they want that seat, they want that power, and they want that check.
Yeah. They want that. Yeah, they want the check, and the check is your vote. Just everything we do. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different demographics, as we said. Political issues. However, the main reason we started this, and we kind of went into it a little bit, is some of these issues we were talking about, but to give a different perspective of Black conservatives. Yes. Because as a Black American, I get sick and tired of looking at Don Lemon whenever he pops up I'm watching YouTube or something, and he pops up and he kind of groups all Black people into one group. And then it's like, no, dude, first of all, I don't even know you, and I don't even think that way. And the poison pill is that they believe that they can think for Black people, for independently thinking Black people. We was going to use that as a thing, wasn't we?
Yeah, and if you classify yourself as a free thinking Black person, you're racist.
You almost said it. But
I did.
Don't say it. You almost said it. But if you
free thinking Negro.
Thank you, Jesus. I didn't say it. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, because Lisa's sitting outside the door listening. So I thought you were going to say it. We'll tell you later on one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
And like Walt said, too, right now we're hitting this and hitting that. Just give you an idea of our mindset, our principles, and what we believe in. But again, this is day one. We just want to get out and let you know that we're starting this show. But from this day forth, we're gonna have our all together. We're gonna hit on different topics and stick to those topics.
Yes.
But again, we wanted to introduce the American First Brothers,
and we may have people on too. Like you said, we're gonna have people call in. We may have people on
guests in studio,
particularly on the 28th. We're gonna have a lot of people in town.
Yes, we will.
We may be able to bring some people in. I just want to get something straight too real quick. So there's no question about who Walt Blackman is, okay? I voted for Trump. I am a conservative, Second Amendment guy, pro-life guy, small government, low taxes, and I want the federal government to get out of the way of the states. That's my position, okay? So sometimes we'll get people that will say, yeah, we need to hug trees and all that stuff. Okay, if you have a problem with that, I just want to give you a warning right now. I have no filter, okay? Though I'm a politician, all right? Yeah, I called myself a politician, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I've been in too long. No, just 2 terms. 2 terms.
You're a politician.
Okay, I'm a politician.
You're a politician.
Yeah, I'm a politician.
Okay, that's your middle name. Anyway.
Yeah. Walter Politician Blackman. Blackman is my last name, so don't even start, don't even, okay, you know what's going to happen. You know what's going to happen. Last year when I was running, remember I told you the guy wrote on my Facebook page, why are you using your color to identify yourself as a black politician? I'm like, dude, that's my last name.
Yeah.
Black man. So don't start tripping when you see black man, because we black men, but I'm a black man, but my name is black. Don't even trip. That's all I got. Don't even trip, because I'll flip the table on you.
You know, Walt just gave you his platform, and I can basically mimic that platform. But also, I am a supporter of backing the blue. I am a retired police officer.
Give me some, brother.
I'm a retired police officer. I love police, fire. I love the medics, and also our military.
And we do carry. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we are two carrying brothers.
We do carry.
40 cal here,
and it ain't Wallem in it.
And he's got a water pistol, but that's okay. We carry, okay. But I want people to know what I stand for. I do. I stand for the unborn. You know, I'm a pro-lifer. I'm a Christian man. I've been a pastor for 22 years. I love my state. I love my country. I also stand for small government. We stand for the unborn.
Yeah.
We stand for law enforcement. 100% behind law enforcement. We need to, you know what? Those cities that want to defund, we need to defund those cities. You know, you'll hear more about that later. But there's so much. There's so much. And voter integrity. Yeah. Voter integrity. We need to take care of our voting rolls in this state, but not just our state. We need to look across the country. Each state needs to look deep into their voter rolls, purge those rolls, cleanse those rolls, and make sure everybody that votes has an ID. These laws need to be passed. You need an ID to get on a plane. You need an ID to go to the bank. You need an ID to cash a check.
And for a COVID shot.
And a COVID shot. But one of the most important institutions in our country, you don't need an ID.
Exactly. And I want y'all just to figure that out. You know, you need an ID for all the other things that Dave said, but you don't want an ID to vote. But you better have an ID for a COVID shot.
Yeah.
So I was reading something off the news just real good as what we were talking about. It says France will require health passes to get into restaurants, cabs, and trains. Now, as I said, Biden kind of touched on this. Okay, ID cards, they're coming. ID cards are coming. Checking door to door, as we said, that's coming, folks. And this is going to be the show that's going to tell you ahead of time what's going on, how you protect yourself. We're going to be talking about the Constitution, as you said. And there's nowhere in the Constitution where it says if you don't have a COVID shot or a vaccine that you need an ID card. Because I looked, unless I'm looking at the wrong Constitution. And it says the United States Constitution. It doesn't say the United States COVID Constitution. You need an ID card for a shot.
No. What they're doing is dividing this country. They're dividing this country. Matter of fact, you saw this past year here at baseball games. They had sections for vaccinated and unvaccinated sections.
Wow.
You've seen that in restaurants. If you don't have a vaccination, you can't come in. Think about this in biblical terms.
Yeah.
The mark of the beast. This is not the mark of the beast. I'm not saying that. But could it be a precursor? If you don't have a card, you can't come and eat in this restaurant. If you don't have a card, you can't shop in Bashes. Think about this.
Yeah. You see that right there? It's all happening overseas. It's the New World Order. It's all happening overseas, and it always comes to the United States.
Germany, France, UK, and Israel will continue COVID-19 booster plans despite World Health Organization's moratorium call.
Because the shot's only been out for, I don't know, a couple months, 6 months at most. Hadn't been tested the way it's supposed to be tested. And we're taking see, I had a dream the other night. A scary dream. I had a nightmare. I'm serious. I got to tell you, man, I got up and got my AR, but it was weird. I had a dream that like in 6 months or 12 months, these people who have taken the COVID shots start turning into lizard people. I thought they.
Well, I think you're watching too much sci-fi. Bro.
I think so. I'm serious. I was about to give you a call. I was like, hey, you seen them lizards run across the front yard, man?
And all you would hear.
I I'd hang up the phone, man. Where'd Walt go? They packed up and left. For sale sign out front of my house. But no, I had the dream, man. A bunch of lizard people running around with COVID cards. And I'm like, man.
Yeah, they don't know much about it, so.
Yes. How do you put something in your body that hasn't been fully tested? I mean, come, and then, what is that one thing they say, my body, my choice?
Yeah.
Not this time, partner. No, it ain't. Not this time.
The government says, your body, our choice. Your body, our choice.
Our choice.
Do it or don't eat.
What it is. Like I said, you better or else.
Guys, even in the show, you can hear us laughing, but all seriousness, there is, we have issues going on in this country, and we're going to address those issues, but we're also going to have fun. We want to have fun, but we want to address those issues and let you know that we are seriously thinking about these issues. And as Walt, being a legislator for Arizona, and I'm running for his position because he's running for Congressional District 1, I want you guys to remember that. Matter of fact, here's a plug for him. Go on to AZ Secretary of State and go on to the sign a petition page. Sign his petition. Get him on that ballot. This is the man that we need to replace O'Halloran. O'Halloran is not doing anything for the state of Arizona. He's a party line vote only, and we need somebody that's a conservative, America First thinker, and a free thinker in office. So there, sign his petition, and also, you know what? You can also go on his website, and you can donate to his campaign.
And yours.
Financially, we can't run a campaign without financial backing.
Yeah.
Without your support and without your prayer.
He said it all. He said it all. I want you to go to Dave's website, too. He's running for LD6. He's needed in the district. And, you mentioned O'Halloran. I will let you know, O'Halloran comes back to CD1 and says one thing, and he goes to D.C. and does something different. I'm going to give you an example. Internet infrastructure. There was an internet infrastructure bill in D.C., 2 of them that O'Halloran voted no for. But last year in his debate with Tiffany Shedd, he said that he was for internet infrastructure. So how are you not even a year and a half ago wanting internet infrastructure, and then you go to D.C. and you vote no? These are the types of things we're going to be talking about, and these are the types of issues that we see. The issue with the Navajo Nation. No running water, no electricity. This guy's been in office for 6 years. Not one bill from this guy that helps that, and that's federal. That's federal. So these are the type of things we're going to be talking about, and then what, the abortion stuff we talked about, the American black man in America.
Yes.
Because we do have a responsibility as black men to mentor our young black men growing up. And it's not the type of mentorship where they're selling drugs or we're teaching them something negative. We're talking about Christ. We're talking about being responsible. We're talking about making sure that when you start a family, that you raise that family.
Definitely.
Those are the things we're going to be talking about.
Self-esteem.
Exactly. Go ahead, brother. He said Mr. Beard said we got two minutes.
Oh, man, we got 2 minutes.
We got 2 minutes left. So I'll let you close.
Hey, one of the things that I believe that's really important in this election is that you really need to vet those who are running for office. It's been said, I haven't confirmed it, but it's been said that George Soros is paying Democrats to run as Republicans. Oh. So you need to vet me. Vet Walt.
Yeah.
Now, you don't really have to vet him. He's been in office for 2 terms, and he's proven himself. But like you said about O'Halloran, what has he done for the Navajo Nation? Still no electricity. Still no water.
Goose eggs.
All they are is a vote. Just like for the blacks, a vote for the Democratic Party. What did Joe Biden say? If you don't vote for Trump, you can't be black.
Yeah, you ain't black. You ain't black if you vote for Trump, you ain't black.
Yeah. I voted for Trump, so apparently I'm not black, I'm caramel.
Yeah.
I lost a shade.
2 times.
Yeah.
2 times. So you lost 2 shades. That must have meant I was blue-black.
What's funny is that I voted for Trump this last time around, and my vote didn't count.
Oh.
I went online I never voted. I sent in my mail-in petition. I dropped it off at the box. And when I tried to sign up on Walt's petition online, it says that I wasn't a registered voter. I had to re-register, and I've been a registered voter for 22 years in Arizona.
Oh, man.
So there's a lot of corruption in our voting system. So, no, we need to purge it. We need to get to it. And Walt's going to close us out right now.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week where we'll be talking about politics, and we'll be more detailed, and it's going to be something that you like. So welcome to the
America First Brothers.
We'll see you next week.